We the Ambazonian, special loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who brought the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Ambazonians, are you okay? My fellow comrades, are you okay? I have all the confidence and belief in the world that you are all okay. That shake no day. Do you know why? Do you know why I get up in my bed every day, no matter what type of news I see, I hear, no matter what I see? I have confidence that the Ambazonian people are okay because for more than half a century, you have been okay in the face of every type of adversity that could have been thrown at you. Economic deprivation, education and cultural deprivation, biological warfare, genocide, the dismantling of everything that you know, your political structures, your economic structures, your educational structures, your societal structures, your cultural structures, all have been corrupted, all have been contaminated, all have been broken down. And you are still here. And you have begun to fight back. That is why, my fellow Ambazonians, I know that you are okay. Revolutionary greetings, comrades. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you find yourself. Today, to our captives in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon, have no fear. Shake, day. You will be coming home to a free Ambazonia. Not free because it is given to you, free because we take it, free because your people fought back and took it. To our refugees, internal and external, una place them day. You too are going to come home. To our diasporan community, the Ambazonians scattered to the four winds, patriots, Have no fear. Home again. Home. You shall see home. Have absolutely no fear. And to the bravest, to our forces, who even now battle the forces of La République du Cameroon. I am not going to talk about una place because you guys know that you guys know that una place day. But let me just read a short passage to you. Our forces and the battlefront. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who makes errors, who comes up short and again, because my fellow comrades in arms, that you strive to do the things that needs to be done. You know great joy, great victories. You spend your effort and your energy and your lives for a worthy cause. And we know that because you do that, because you put that effort, you know defeat and you know triumph. What the generations who came before you never knew was that adrenaline of victory, that triumph, because they accepted their burden, because they accepted defeat. Why they knew everything that they knew was defeat. My fellow Ambazonians, I understand that in the homes of our detractors, in the corridors of the palaces that the junta in Yaoundé controls, and their henchmen and their paid for backers, I know there is great joy as they try to parade as a great victory the iconic image of the Ambazonian Defense Forces Jeep. I know why they have dusted off that Jeep and are parading it today. I know why they are doing that. And that should give you great hope, Ambazonia. That should give you great determination to finish the job. Because after the bloodbath that they suffered in Bamenda, after their Waterloo at the Sacred Heart Junction, and the continuation the next day in Quen, when our forces in the Bamenda Brigade put another group of them down again in Quen to quell the horror of their people, to quell the defeat, the sense of defeat and despair, to present the bodies to the families and to assure their backers and their allies like Norway in the world that their effort at imprisoning, at massacring, at eliminating the Amazonian people was bearing fruit, they had to dust off the ADF jeep and parade it as a great trophy. A great trick, if you know how tricksters do. Look here, not over the over 15 dead bodies that lay on the streets in Bamenda a few hours ago. But if that let them sleep in comfort at night, who am I to disabuse them and our detractors of their Kool-Aid? If that is what they parade as a victory over Amazonia, how pitiable, how miserable, how entirely infantile. But that is the enemy that we face. That is who we are facing on the other side, and why our victory is not only assured but guaranteed. My fellow Amazonians, I know that my outing today, a lot of you might have construed as an outing where I come and I try to dance and I try to sell you a story of triumph in the face of defeat. I will not do that. That's not a role that I am cut out to play. Because we had never at any moment in the life of this struggle sold you on the idea that this was going to be easy. There will be days when the enemy scores battlefield victory, where we face the sense of losing a battle. There will be days when it will be difficult for us to see the obstacles that are in front of us as surmountable. But I have been in this struggle, facing the extermination of our people, when the only thing that we had in our hands were high ideals and branches of trees held high over our heads. My fellow Amazonians, I have been in this struggle when it was pride for us to walk down empty-handed, our hands held high above our head, showing all the signs of a harmless individual convinced in his cause, convinced in the righteousness of his cause, and determined that, like sheep to the slaughter, offering a harmless sacrifice to the enemy will suffice. I have been in that struggle. When the songs that we sung, as we held out our hands to show it as non-threatening, was that they will kill we tire. So I don't come here to sing you a song of high ideals and covered on clear ice. We have always been clear about the difficulties that it will be our freedom. Just the other day, if you knew what I was saying to the commanders, to the Major General of Momo, you would find it as just present, as being a magician. Because I was telling him that don't doubt that La République is going to take a jeep and paint it in the colors of the ADF and says that they have captured the ADF jeep. After what the bloodbath that they had in Bamenda. That is what I said. My fellow Ambazonians, 3 years ago, I decommissioned 4 armored trucks of the Ambazonian Defense Forces. Because the initial plan, the plan with the commissioning of the Akamantos was the creation of the battle ramp, the fist that will hammer the base of La République at the airport in Bamenda and crush forever their resistance in Ambazonia as our forces push through to upstation Bamenda and then through Bafsam to Buea. I know it's days like today that some of the plans that had been for over 4 years that come out in order to explain why it's a non-event. What you see the La République Army parading a ceremonial jeep that even had broken down and cost the life of a general when it did, close to 2 months ago, more than 2 months ago, really. The idea of those jeeps was the distances our forces would have to cover as they ferried the Akamantos on the beginning of the assault that would take them to this place. But after all the review, after some of the secondary missions that had to happen, and some of the necessary equipment that needed to be in place, after all that fell through, the plan had to be revised, and why the armored unit of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the other jeeps were commissioned, and the ceremonial jeep left in place, which after years finally broke down and was decommissioned. So what I am saying is that the battle, the phase of the battle that we are in, is not the phase of the battle that needed the jeeps, our armored trucks. And we knew that 3 years ago. We did not need the armored trucks to be able to bring them the bloodbath that they have suffered in Bamenda. It wasn't the armored trucks in Donga that had their helicopter gunships dropping to pick up their bodies and transfer to mortuaries in Bamenda and Bafoussam a month ago. It wasn't what was used in Jakiri, where we lost a brave fighter last Monday. No, the battles and the victories that we have scored against La République the past year has not been the deployment of a truck, but the maneuverability, the hammer, the ambushes, and the actions of our forces that have been able to shake them to their foundation. So no Ambazonian should feel today when he sees this charlatan, no Ambazonian should feel that their struggle has been materially weakened or their effort crippled in any way, shape, or form. And no matter how many of their guns they dress up and put around the jeeps, no matter any of the things that they drop around it, no matter the new engine or anything that they might put and repaint on the jeep to parade it, that is all the Houdini trick that I told you guys about. Look over here and not over here where their bodies are lying on the battlefield as they are humiliated by our Bamenda Brigade, by our Bui military district, by the Bafut and Babanki joint forces. Their defeats, the amount of terrorist occupiers that have been put down, and the amount of coffins going back to Yaoundé merited them to show to those families that they have made an advance. So you know their playbook. Don't be hoodwinked. Don't for one moment doubt yourself or doubt your struggle or doubt your liberation. I call on you Ambazonians to stand firm. And as I started, I did ask you guys that are you okay? And I know that you are okay, because you have gone through the ringer. You have gone through the fire, even when what you had was your ideals, laws on papers, and branches over your head. You went through hell, and that prepared you for the battle that we are now in the midst of. And we cannot for one moment falter or feel sorry for ourselves, for our brothers, for our land. We hold firm, we hold the line, we march forward. La République du Cameroon is in its last legs. No matter how many tricks they try to pull from their sack, they are at their last leg of this journey of liberation that Ambazonia are. And we are reaching the triumph, the ultimate triumph. But we need every Ambazonian. We need you. We need your efforts. We need your contributions. We need volunteerism. We need the Ambazonian people to stretch so that this last leg of the journey, which is the most difficult, we are able to surmount it with as little cost as possible. May God bless you, bless our forces. May God bless Ambazonia.
Hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us our freedom. Alleluia to the hero for God alone we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory. making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Amba, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.